Okay, we're recording. I am actually traveling this weekend in the first part of this week. So I don't know if you can see back here, I am sitting on the floor and using the bed of my niece's bedroom as my office right now. So we're just gonna have to make it work. I'm not really sure how stable the Wi-Fi is. So that's why I wanna make sure that you guys can hear me. If at any point you can't hear me or whatever, just feel free to unmute yourselves and let me know. For those of you that have never used this Zoom feature before, you should have a microphone and a little video camera on your screen, regardless of whether you're on a phone or a computer, and you can unmute yourself and show your video or not show your video. Totally up to you. I would love to see all of your gorgeous faces, but I know some of you are traveling and kind of out and about doing things. So one thing that I will say before we kind of get into the content is, first of all, this will not last very long. I just have kind of a few notes that I wanted to go over with all of you before we start tomorrow, and then answer any last minute questions that you guys may have. So that is kind of what this will look like. The second thing that I want to go over really quickly is the fact that there is a chat feature on this Zoom program, which is a reason why I love it so much. If I am going through the content and you don't want to just jump in and interrupt, which I totally encourage you to do, you can pop your question into the chat feature. And as soon as I'm done going over all of the content that I wanted to chat about, I will go through the chat box and answer all of the questions that have been put in there. So be sure to do that if you feel more comfortable doing that versus talking. But if you think of something, a question, or if you need me to clarify something while I'm in the middle of talking, don't hesitate to just unmute yourself and we'll get it answered. So first of all, I am so pumped, you guys. I have been like waiting for this day ever since they told us that this program was coming out. And I think the reason why I'm most excited for it is because, first of all, it's a new program that I've never done. I've been doing Beachbody programs for about 2 years. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Beth. It's nice to kind of officially meet all of you face to face, so to speak. But I am most excited about this program and all of my 2 years of doing Beachbody programs, because I really feel like for the first time ever, it's a program that will allow you to fit it into your life versus fitting your life into a program, if that makes sense. The fact that the workouts are only 4 days a week, 30 to 35-ish minutes. I think the longest one might be like 37 or 38 minutes. The fact that there's a built-in cheat day, hello, and the fact that the other 6 days of the week, the meal plan is super flexible and just really doable, honestly. And I know we all kind of, there's parts of all of our journey that we struggle with the most, whether it's the workouts or the nutrition. And for me personally, it's always been my relationship with food and kind of having to overcome that obstacle and that challenge. And so having a meal plan that is really conducive to A, my love of food, B, that allows me to still get results, which I've followed lots of nutrition plans through some of our other programs that are similar to this one, so I know that it works, but also one that allows me to enjoy balance and just life in general, with eating the pizza and the queso and the ice cream, which throughout the course of these 8 weeks, you will quickly find those are going to be my cheat meals, because I just can't live without those things. So I am just so excited for this program, and I'm so excited for all of us to be going through this program together, sharing our struggles and obstacles, and also celebrating each other's victories and successes as well. If there's one thing I can promise you, it's not the results you're going to get, because that's totally up to you, but it's totally the fact that if you, whatever your goals are or your wants for this program at the end of these 8 weeks, whatever your goals are, your personal goals that you've set for yourself, which we'll be talking about in our group this week, if you want those things bad enough, if you believe in yourself that you can obtain those things, whether it's a specific physical result or just like a mental kind of internal transformation, if you want those things bad enough, and if you believe in yourself and you put in the work that matches that belief, you're going to get exactly out of this group and this program the things that you want. So I just want to encourage each and every one of you. We'll talk about the My Challenge Tracker app in just a second, but I just want to encourage you guys to use this group. Lean into the group. If you've been in an accountability group before, hopefully you've had a good experience in which you felt comfortable kind of sharing, every part of your journey with everybody else in the group. We have some on here who are in our LIIFT4 group, which is our women's only group. And then I'm also doing a kind of like a couples challenge group with some women who their spouses and partners wanted to do the program as well. So whether you're a man or a woman, whatever the case may be, lead into the group, use it for support. That is what the purpose of the accountability group is. And honestly, it is what I am so passionate about as far as Beachbody and just being a coach is concerned, because it's really kind of that extra piece to the puzzle that you don't really get from just working with a personal trainer or going to the gym and trying to quote unquote diet on your own. The support and the community that is built within these groups really is kind of the game changer. So kind of more into the logistics of things. Let me see my notes here so I stay on track. I know some of you are kind of hopping into the group a little bit later, and so you may not have your challenge packs yet, and I just want to tell you it's okay. You have access to everything that you need to start tomorrow with the rest of the group. So your program materials that are on Beachbody On Demand, you already have access to our group, obviously, because you're here. The workouts, everything that you need, you have access to, including the nutrition plan. So what I want to encourage you to do is I want to encourage you, I don't know what just happened, there we go. I want to encourage you to go into the My Challenge Tracker app if you haven't done so already, and just kind of go through some of the posts that have been made throughout the course of this week as far as how to access your program materials, kind of some information about the nutrition plan. I even shared kind of a meal plan template with an example meal plan that I'll be using this week, just to kind of give you some ideas. And then just keep in mind that this first week is probably going to be trial and error for you. You're going to have to figure out, you know, what time of day works best for you to get your workout done to make sure that you can get it done. What are you a creature of habit, and can you eat the same thing every single day and be content with it until you have your cheat day on Sunday or whenever it is? Or do you need some variety in your meal plan? So give yourself some grace, not only this first week, but throughout the whole course of the 8 weeks. And be sure that you go back through that My Challenge Tracker app to check out some of that prep info. The only thing that you won't actually have until your challenge pack comes in is obviously your bands, which we'll talk about that in a second. And then your Shakeology, and then if you ordered any of the performance line. So it's really not a big deal if you're jumping in late. Just do the best that you can tomorrow and be sure you're prepared for the rest of the week. Challenge pack. Okay, so as far as the nutrition plan is concerned, this is where I have already gotten the most questions, kind of the area that I've gotten the most questions about. So like I said, feel free to pop those into the chat box if you have any specific questions about the nutrition plan. You can access the nutrition guide on your Beachbody On Demand under program materials. Or of course, if you already have your challenge pack, then that nutrition program and guide came in your challenge pack. Basically, here's the thing. Don't overthink it. Figure out which bracket you're in. If you're struggling with, like I've talked to a few of you who maybe feel like you're eating in a bracket that's too high, if you're wanting to lose weight, or like you're just concerned about the amount of food, reach out to me, reach out to your coach, reach out to the group, and we can totally drop you down a bracket if you feel more comfortable trying that out. Try it for a week. If you're not loving it, if you feel like you're hungry, we'll bump you up. Vice versa. If you're in a bracket and you're feeling too hungry, we can bump you up. It's totally a program, like I said earlier, that is conducive to you and your life. And it's going to we're going to have to kind of play around with it to make sure that we're getting you enough calories, enough of the right calories to fuel your workouts, and to help you build muscle, but to ensure that you're not overeating. So I would personally, if you are like pretty easily fitting in one of those brackets, follow the bracket for a week and then let's talk about it next Sunday and see how you feel. If you're barely, like for example, I don't have my stuff in front of me, but let's say that you're like 1 pound into bracket C. I would probably, if I was 1 pound into bracket C, I would personally start out in bracket B for a week and see how I felt, because you're going to lose that 1 pound pretty quickly. And then we can always bump you up if you don't feel comfortable with it. So just figure out which bracket to start in, and then just know that it's flexible and we can kind of move it around depending on how you're feeling. The basis of this nutrition plan is just cut out the crap for 6 days and then enjoy yourself on the 7th day. Now, the 7th day may not always be Sunday for some of us. For example, if you are going to like a family gathering on Saturday or a favorite restaurant on Saturday, then maybe you want your cheat day to be on Saturday instead of Sunday. That is something that you will just have to plan for. It's totally fine. But that is literally what the basis of this nutrition program is. Cut out the crap for 6 days, enjoy yourself one day, get back on track the next week. And that is like verbatim from the words of Joel Freeman. For those of you that are in the coach test group with Joel Freeman, you've heard him say that before. Just cut out the crap for 6 days. So don't stress about it. Do the best that you can. Watch the video that I shared in our group about prepping staples and things like that. And hopefully that will help you. And I'll be absolutely, myself and some of the other coaches in the group will be sharing continued content on meal planning and prepping and kind of some tips and tricks and things like that. But be sure to share the areas of meal planning and prepping and the nutrition plan in general, the areas of those things that you're struggling with the group, because you never know who else in the group is either A, struggling with those things, or B, maybe they used to and they've kind of figured out, you know, a way around that. So, you know, they can share and help you with that as well. Let's move on to talking about the workouts. So you should have a workout calendar, whether you printed it out online or whether you got it in your challenge pack. Put your workout calendar, hang it up somewhere, or put it in your workout space, whether that's in your living room or a home gym or a bedroom or whatever, so that you see it every single day when you walk into that space. And you guys, I know it sounds super crazy, and I'm over the top type A, so it may just be me, but crossing off those days one by one is seriously like the best thing on the planet. And you will feel so fulfilled and empowered and just awesome every single day that you cross one of those boxes off. For those of you that have done some of the B4 LIIFT4 workouts in preparation for this program, these workouts are going to look really similar to those. Different, obviously, because the entire 8 weeks, all of the workouts are different. Like none of them you're going to do twice. So the rep patterns will be different. The moves will be different. So it won't be the exact workouts as B4 LIIFT4, obviously, but you have an idea of what you're getting yourself into. Another question I've been getting is about the fact that the workouts are scheduled for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Here's the thing. Going back to the concept that this program is meant to fit in your life and not the other way around, if you need to move those workout days around, it's totally okay. So if you know that you're going to be, I don't know, like severely out of pocket on Thursday, then do your workout on Wednesday and use Thursday as your rest day. Or if you are going to be gone like Thursday, Friday, then use Thursday, Friday as your rest day and Saturday, Sunday as Thursdays and Fridays workout. So of course, they want you to stick to that calendar as best as possible, just so that you're really able to utilize those rest days in a way that is the most beneficial to you and your body and the stress that you're going to be putting on your body. But make it work for you, just like the nutrition plan. What else? You should have also gotten a tracker with your challenge pack. It's also online as well, to be able to track your weight so that you can make sure that you're getting stronger. One thing that Joel Freeman talks about pretty frequently in our coach test group is the fact that because these workouts are only 4 days a week, they're meant to be really intense. Not intense in the sense that like you can't do them, but just in the sense of you need to be pushing yourself. So use as heavy as weight as possible. And you'll hear him say this in some of the videos. He might even say this in the, there's a video on kind of the prep stuff on Beachbody On Demand that talks about like how to weight lift to be sure that you're doing it with proper form and stuff. But what he basically says is that by rep 8, you should be like donesies, like able to do the last 2. But you want to be challenging yourself, especially since it is 4 days a week, 30 to 35 minutes. So just be sure, kind of keep that in mind as you start to progress throughout the course of the program. You also get bands in your challenge pack, resistant bands, or loops, whatever you want to call them. Those are only for if you are modifying. So for example, they wanted to make this program fit into your life. So if you're traveling and you're not going to have access to like a hotel gym or any kind of weights or anything like that, you can just throw these bands in your bag and you can do the entire workout, all of the workouts with the bands. In every workout program that Beachbody has, they have a modifier, and in LIIFT4, they call it the bandifier. So it's essentially a person who utilizes these bands throughout the entire duration of the workout to show you that you can still get a really effective workout in, even if you don't have any weights. I will say weight-wise, I've been getting a lot of questions about how heavy of dumbbells everybody needs. And something that Joel Freeman mentioned is that just everybody's going to be different, obviously, based on your current fitness level, how long you've been exercising, how strong you are, apparently. But kind of a general rule of thumb is for women, you should probably have weights between 5 and 20 pounds. 20 pounds, obviously, for like leg day. Unless you can curl 20 pounds, then I'm just like way impressed. And then for men, anywhere between 10 and 30 pounds. And after you start the workouts and you start getting stronger and you're tracking your weights on that tracker sheet, you will, you'll definitely be able to gauge, you know, if you need to get some heavier weights or even some lighter ones and things like that. So I think that that is all I had about the program materials. Let's move into talking really quickly about the My Challenge Tracker app. So I think that there's, and maybe it's the way that we were wording our emails or whatever the case may be, but here is, I think that there was some confusion with like Beachbody On Demand, My Challenge Tracker app, the nutrition app, like there's just lots of different features. So the My Challenge Tracker app is the actual app that you will be logging all of your stuff in every day. So your workouts, your Shakeology, sharing recipes. It is the accountability aspect of this program, the My Challenge Tracker app. So hopefully you're in that group. Beachbody On Demand is the website or the app that you stream your workouts from. Okay, so just think of it as like my workouts on demand, Beachbody On Demand. My Challenge Tracker app is a place for you to track your challenge. And then there's that nutrition app. For those of you that haven't been into the My Challenge Tracker app, we have a nutrition app. It's called Beachbody Plus Nutrition, or Beachbody Nutrition Plus, I think. There's a video in the My Challenge Tracker app about it, but it's just a way for you to track your food on a daily basis right there on your iPhone. So those are kind of the, Beachbody On Demand and the My Challenge Tracker app are the two main places that you will interact with on a daily basis. And then the nutrition app is if you want to track your food on a daily basis. One thing that I forgot to mention is Shakeology, as far as the nutrition plan is concerned. We get a lot of questions about when you should have your Shakeology. It does not matter. This program does not focus on time nutrition. For those of you that have done 80-day obsession, as long as you have one Shakeology every single day, that's all that really matters. It doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter what time of day you work out, just make it work for you. Another thing about Shakeology, if you've tried your Shakeology, and I posted this in our group a couple weeks ago, if you've tried it and you don't love it, please let me know, or please let your coach know so that we can help you find a recipe that ensures that you love Shakeology, because it is, whenever you find the perfect recipe, like you can ask anybody who's been drinking Shakeology for more than a second, when you find the perfect recipe, you literally cannot go a day without it. And it is such an important part of all of our nutrition programs because of the value that it adds to your everyday diet. So keep that in mind as well. My Challenge Tracker app, though, this is where you're going to log your workouts, your Shakeology. You can track your progress in this app. So hopefully everybody has uploaded their before pictures and their weight and their measurement. If you haven't, be sure to do it first thing in the morning before you get started. You can update your weight and measurements and things in the app every single week or as often as you would like. And then one thing that I will say that gets a little tricky is, first of all, you need to be sure that, let me see if I can pull the app up on my phone. I don't know if I can make it to where you guys can see it, but so when you are in the app, I think you can kind of see, let me turn my brightness down a little bit. Okay, so there are some tabs across the bottom. The home tab on the bottom left pretty much just shows you the latest coach posts. So I never really look at this specific tab. The one that I pay attention to the most is the second tab from the bottom left. This is going to be where every single person in the group logs their stuff. So you will see the running feed of everybody who's logging everything. The middle little plus sign on the bottom, that is blurred out right now because our group doesn't officially start till tomorrow. Tomorrow that will be lit up, and if you click on it, it will allow you to log your workout in your Shakeology with a picture. So if you want to take a sweaty selfie and log your workout, take a picture of your shake and share the recipe that you're using, you can post that there. And then this second from the bottom right tab is where you can see all your progress, your weight, your activity, your measurements, your before photos, and everything like that will be there. And then one thing I want to encourage you to do, the bottom right tab is where all of your notifications are. If you see up here in the top right corner when you're on that notifications tab, you can click on that and you can select what push notifications you want to see. So if you want a push notification for every time a coach adds a post, every time a member adds a post, every time somebody comments on your post, you can turn those on or off. So be sure that you've checked your settings. Be sure that you're looking at that group feed, the second from the bottom left tab, so that you're seeing everybody's post and you're able to really interact and engage with the group that way. There will also be a daily post from one of the coaches in the group that will be something relevant to the workout for that day or something just helpful for you that day, that week, whatever part of the program we're in. But please be sure to, if you are like reading something, which we're going to talk about in a second, or if you see something online, or if you are just like struggling that day and you like need some help or you need to vent to somebody, use the group for all of those things. Like whenever I say that I want us to like celebrate each other and go through the not so pretty parts of this journey together, that's what I mean. I want us to do all of that together. So lean into the group, use it for that. The fact of the matter is that every day is not going to be like rainbows and gummy bears. You may be like really motivated and excited about starting tomorrow right now, but by day 3, when those caffeine headaches start to kick in, or day 5, when you just really want to eat the pizza that your family ordered in, but it's not cheat day yet, it's not your scheduled cheat day yet, it's going to get hard. Or when you don't want to get out of bed in the morning to get your workout done before work, it's going to be hard. So lean into the group, use the group for those things. The last thing that I wanted to touch on before I'm going to pass it over to kind of wrap us up really quick to Farrell, because she's just like the best. I see Farrell and Cooper there. She's like the best at just like kind of wrapping all of this up and making everybody feel really great and motivated for tomorrow. The last thing I wanted to talk about really quickly is personal development. So personal development, as far as not only my journey, but almost every single person I've worked with's journey, personal development plays such a huge role in it. It kind of goes back to what I was just talking about the fact that like every day is not going to be easy. And regardless of which part of this journey you struggle with internally, just loving yourself, feeling motivated, finding balance in your life so that you don't always feel like you're dieting down or on a really strict workout regimen, but literally just creating new habits that are going to force new routines that's just going to make this process like a new piece of your life. It all starts on the inside, and it starts with our mindset, and it starts with our perspective on this journey. And so for me personally, personal development has been pivotal in my health and fitness journey. And so I wanted to, first of all, encourage each and every one of you to find some type of personal development to be doing during the course of this 8 weeks. This will look different for everybody because it's personal. So I want you to really think about what part of your life or what piece of this journey you need the most help with, or that you want to work on the most, that you want to focus on the most. And then pick something that kind of caters to that. And I'm going to go over just a few kind of examples of some of my favorites just to give you guys some ideas. But it needs to be something that you pick based on those things. So think about that, reflect on that. We'll be talking about that in the group this week. Everybody will be sharing what type of personal development they're going to be doing. So it'll be really fun. We can kind of share our takeaways and stuff like that with each other. And then I can promise you that as you start this journey and continue this journey, you will quickly realize that that is such an important piece of the puzzle. A few that I wanted to mention really quickly, guys, you can order the like paperback copies of these books on Amazon for like $6 to $10 to $12. A lot of times you can get like your first free audiobook for free. A lot of times women will tell me that they don't have time to sit down and read a book, which is totally cool. I totally get it. So get an audiobook, and on your commute to work or when you go to the grocery store, you can just, play it from your phone, even if it's just for like 10 or 15 minutes a day. I personally, my favorite time to do personal development is like right when I wake up in the morning while I'm drinking my coffee, or even like while I'm getting ready for my workout, whenever I work out in the mornings. And it's just like my time to just be quiet and still and just like fill my brain and honestly just set affirmations and intentions for the rest of that day. And I think you will just be like blown away at how that's going to kind of change your mindset and your perspective. So the first one that I wanted to recommend is called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. This book is literally about how the little things that you do on a daily basis add up to just create massive change and success and positivity in your life. So if you're the person that struggles with kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, I know for me, something that I used to always struggle with, and honestly, sometimes something that I still do struggle with is like if I've had a really bad day as far as my nutrition is concerned, or a bad couple days, I used to have this mindset of like, oh, well, I already had the donut for breakfast, so I'm gonna have Mexican food for lunch and then pizza for dinner. And then you wake up the next morning feeling bloated and like crap. So then you have another donut for breakfast, and then it just spirals out of control. Like I said, nutrition is definitely like my intentional area for those reasons. The compound effect will help you with that. It will help you understand how the little decisions that you make on a daily basis, not necessarily related to your health and fitness journey, but applicable to all areas of your life. It's a really good book for that. The next book, for those of you that really do struggle with your relationship with food, emotional eating, binge eating, anything of that sort, there is a book called Made to Crave. It totally changed my life. Like, it made me feel like I wasn't the only one on the planet who always thought about food. Like when I was eating bad, I felt guilt for not eating clean. And when I was eating clean, I was mad at everybody else at the table for not having to eat clean. And it was just a vicious cycle for me. And this book taught me why it's okay to feel that way, and that I'm not the only one feeling that way, but also how to apply small changes and kind of shift my mindset around like why we think we crave certain things. So that's called Made to Crave. It's by Lisa Turkhurst, I think is how you say it. So that's a great one. A few that are super perfect if you really want to be a morning person, but you're just not. Like if you want to do your workout in the morning, but you just cannot get out of bed 30 minutes earlier. If you really want, you know, that quiet time in the morning and then to get your workout done in the morning so that you're just really setting yourself up for a great day, I highly recommend a book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, Elrod. This book also changed the game for me. You guys, whenever I say that my journey has been so like internal, the physical results that I get from these programs is just a direct reflection of the work that I'm doing on the inside. This book made me realize the importance of having a really good, solid morning routine and the impact that that plays in the rest of your day. So Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod is a really good one. Another really good one for well, not just the morning, but in general in life, is called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Highly recommend this one. This one is all about how whenever we have to do like the uncomfortable things or the hard things, we can just apply the 5-second rule and get it done. And it's literally just counting down from 5 and just doing it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press play on your workout. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, order the salad at the restaurant and not the pasta. If you just change your mindset around having to make those decisions, they become a lot easier. So that's 5-second rule. Another one that kind of deals with, well, same kind of concept as the 5-second rule, not necessarily just with mornings, but it's a great application of that as well. It's called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And that book is all about doing the thing that you least like doing first so that you don't really leave it up to chance. So for example, if your least favorite thing to do on the planet is work out, then it teaches you how to just eat that frog first thing in the morning. Get up, get your workout done, don't think about it again. I know for me, before I made exercise a part of my daily routine, getting my workout done was like this heavy cloud and weight that just like sat on my shoulders all day long until I got home from work. And then I would just come up with every excuse in the book to not get it done. Like, I'm tired, I had a really long day, I ate really clean today, I don't need to do my workout. And so I really just had to learn that because it was never a part of my life before, and it was something that I really had to focus on making a part of my life, that I just needed to do it first thing in the morning to get it done. And now I love working out so much that that I can do it at any time of day. So that one really helped me as well. One more book and then 2 devotionals that I wanted to tell you guys about. I'm sure you have seen this book everywhere. Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. This book is all about the lies that specifically we as women tell ourselves that really just kind of hold us back from living life. And if you have not read this book, you need to read this book. My biggest takeaway from this book was the fact that like all of these things that I always like subconsciously felt alone in, like why I am the way I am and the things that I think and the things that I do, I just thought I was like a crazy woman. But that book really kind of comforted me and taught me kind of ways to get over those self-limiting beliefs that I think we as women particularly kind of struggle with. So if you enjoyed reading like faith-based books, the Made to Crave book that I recommended earlier is definitely a faith-based book. But 2 devotionals that I really love is 100 Days to Brave. It's basically a 100-day devotional that kind of teaches you how to be your bravest self. And then one that I am super excited about starting soon is called Present Over Perfect. And that one is by, I don't know who that one's by. 100 Days to Brave is by Annie Downs. Present Over Perfect, I'm not sure who it's by, but you can find it on Amazon. So just be intentional about kind of doing some reflection and thinking about where you want to focus your time and your effort and your energy. And then, like I said, whether it's an audiobook on the way to work or on the way to the grocery store, or whether you sit down and read for 10 or 15 minutes, even 5 minutes, or 1 chapter or a few pages every single day, you will totally find that your mindset and your perspective and that happiness that you find from literally just taking a few minutes every day to yourself will filter into every part of your life. And then working out and taking care of yourself and using food as fuel and not comfort, like it just makes your whole life better. And I'm so excited for all of you to experience that over the next 8 weeks. I want to encourage you to really think about what you want out of the next 8 weeks. Do you have a specific physical goal? Do you just want to improve your relationship with food, or do you want to be more consistent with your, your working out? All of our goals are going to look different, and we're going to be talking about those this week as well. But just think about it. Think about what you want, and then write it down. We're going to have you sign a little, the word contract is really scary, but we're going to have you sign a little contract this week to where you're really just making a promise to yourself that these next 8 weeks are, first of all, just going to be a kickstart to the rest of your life, but that you're really just going to pour into you. And I know specifically as women that it's hard to do that because we're such like nurturers and caregivers, whether you have kids or whether you don't. It's just so easy for us to not really make ourselves a priority. And when we do, I am so confident that I'm a better wife, daughter, friend, dog mom, because I don't have human children yet. But I am just a better person when I take care of myself. And so it's not selfish. It's important, and it will change your life. So I'm super excited for all of you. I am going to stop talking now and pass it over to Farrell really quickly. And Farrell, anything that you can think of as far as the program is concerned, or any kind of advice or whatever you want to share, go for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys all for being here this evening too. I'm super pumped, and I totally echo everything Beth just said about one of my favorite things about this program from a physical standpoint is the fact that it does 100% cater itself to fit into your lifestyle. And I want each of you to remember that that looks different for all of us. And so as Beth touched on, there is a bit of a schedule that is put in place just to try to kind of help things feel a little bit more tangible, but do not be afraid to adjust that to work for what works for you. And that's the beauty of something like this program. And really the thing I like about that the most is that this is the segue into continuing your fitness journey, your health and wellness journey, or if you're just starting it, what a great way to start it, because it really is all about figuring out what works for you and making it fit into your life. So that's probably my biggest takeaway so far from this program. And I'm continuing to learn that. I've been on my health and wellness journey for a long period of time too, and I just continue to learn. And specifically, this program has taught me that. So 100% hands down, my most exciting thing about this program is that piece of the puzzle. But as Beth and some of the other folks on the call know this evening, my most important transition for myself when we're talking about health and wellness is literally making sure that that personal development piece is in place, because here is where it is all at. I firmly believe what our mind believes and what we speak to ourselves 100% comes to fruition. And one thing I try to remind myself is if it's not something that I would share with my best friend, then why in the world am I talking to myself that way? So kind of keep that in mind. Grant yourself a little bit of grace. We are not looking for perfection by any means, because ladies and gentlemen, that does not exist on this earth. In my opinion, that is only when we are in heaven that we're perfect. So don't strive for it here. We're just looking for progress and one foot in front of the other. And I think that that holistic approach of our personal development and our physical health and wellness just really go hand in hand with that. And I want you guys to take a second to literally sit back and celebrate you. You guys are here. Like, that is so cool. And a lot of people won't feel comfortable taking that initial step. And you guys might not feel comfortable taking that initial step, but you're okay with pushing outside that comfort zone a little bit. And that is so awesome, because just like whenever your muscles start to feel a little fatigued, whenever you're exercising them and getting stronger, your own being is becoming stronger because you're stepping outside of your comfort zone just a little bit. So kudos to you. Do not take that lightly. That is something to be celebrated. And we'll continue to celebrate that along the way. And last but not least, I 100% agree with Beth. Start to think about, like, what is it that you're looking for over these next 8 weeks? And really anything, the sky's the limit. It might be a physical transformation like Beth had mentioned, but open yourself up, really open yourself up to the idea of what sort of feelings, emotions, thoughts, and just your general health and well-being from the inside out. Open yourself up to how that can change, because in my opinion, that's where it's all at. That's what it's all about. So celebrate you. Use your why whenever things get a little bit challenging. I want you to use your why. Maybe like write it down, or maybe have it as a screensaver on your phone or something of that nature. Why is it that you chose to make this program where you need to be right now so that you can access that when things do get a little bit more difficult? And I'm just excited you guys are here.
Mic drop, you guys. That's why I love for Farrell to just wrap these things up, because I'm like the really boring, like, check your program materials, here's some books I like, and Farrell's just like, yes, bring it home. So I don't see any questions in the chat box, but I will wait like a millisecond. If anybody, you want to unmute yourself if you have any questions. If there's no questions, this means that we were just like on point with prepping you guys for tomorrow. I see some thumbs up. Good. And Aaliyah gets it. Alrighty. Well, don't hesitate. Even if we hop off this call and you guys think of something, just post in our group, and I promise you somebody will respond. There's like 50 of us in there. So I will be uploading this recording to our group if you want to go back and listen to a few things, or for anybody that was, that missed it or whatever. But I hope you all have an amazing evening. Get a lot of sleep. You will quickly learn that sleep and water are way more important than nutrition and exercise ever thought to be. All four are really important in your overall health, but sleep, eliminating stress, drinking a lot of water will play a big part of that. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your Sunday evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye.